All right. Welcome back to the channel. This is Mark Days, another episode of Mark in the Manosphere. If you haven't done so already, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let's get straight to it, man. The OG Kevin Samuels laying down the law and putting things in perspective for these delusional ladies who call into the show. So let's see what this is.
Just keep it cool, keep it classy. Let's talk about it.
You had 4 people here. You didn't eat none of them. I ate them. You didn't eat them.
All right. Well, when I pull you up, you gotta be ready. I'm gonna bounce you. Hello.
Let's see what's being said.
Hi, Kevin. How are you? Good, thank you. Good.
How old are you?
I'm actually 42, Kevin.
42. Are you single?
I am.
Single or are you married?
All right, so right away, I think we starting with lies. She does not have the face of a 42-year-old, but let's continue. It could be possible, but I don't know.
I am
Any
single.
children?
No.
Would you like to be married one day?
Yes, I would love that. And I actually wish I could have found you early on in life.
Early on, about how long ago?
I think, sadly, I started to realize everything that you're saying when I was 32.
10 years ago, you change every 5 years. I wasn't the man I am today 10 years ago. We all have to evolve. But here's the ultimate question. At 42.
That doesn't make any sense. If she said she started to realize everything that he's saying roughly 10 years ago, then why haven't you obtained the result you're looking for?
You have no children. I'm assuming you don't want kids?
I actually do, but I mean, obviously my age is not gonna, I'm definitely not
Okay.
able to, I guess.
Okay. How tall are you?
I'm 5'9". I'm 5'9".
What size?
I'm probably an 8'10", 8 or 10.
Hey, yo, we gotta stop the lies. An 8 or a 10? The face alone tells me that's a lie. You every bit of a 16, 18, or a 20.
Yeah.
Try again.
Yeah, probably a 10.
How much
A
did you weigh
10.
last time you weighed yourself?
At 200 pounds.
All right,
That's
so
every bit
she
of
100% lied. Even her weight, she lied about her weight. If we look back here a couple seconds, when he asks about her weight, look what she does. She hesitates.
An 8'10", 8 or 10. Yeah.
Try again.
Yeah, probably a 10.
How much
A
did you weigh
10.
last time you weighed yourself?
At 200 pounds.
Did you see the hesitation when she looked off to the side, preparing a lie?
12,
Yeah.
14.
Right.
Okay, so you can't do that.
Okay.
Why do I say you can't do that?
Yeah, I really understand that, taking care of yourself. I mean, especially.
Why do I say you can't misrepresent that?
Why do you say that? I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that.
10, and you're 200 pounds. That's not even close to your size. Why?
Okay.
And I say you can't do that. Why would you? And I say you can't do that. Why would I say you can't do that?
Yeah. She lied about the weight too. She's over 200 pounds for sure. That face tells it all for sure.
Oh, because probably I'm bigger is what you're saying? A bigger dress size? Is that what it is? Okay. I haven't worn a dress in a while. I actually gained 55 pounds since COVID.
The reason I ask these questions is to get women to be honest about who they are. To see if you understand. So if you're 5'9", you're 200. How many pounds?
200 pounds. No.
Look about 215.
No.
But that's okay. That's okay. You gained 50. You said you gained 50 pounds in COVID.
55.
How much were you before that?
I was probably about 173 to 175. I always weighed a lot.
173 to 170.
Horrible math. So she's every bit of 230 pounds, probably more, but every bit of 230 pounds. And who cares if the woman's over 200 pounds, right? We already know what the implications are. Certain dudes don't like women. Most dudes don't like women who are overweight. But the point is you lied about it. Why do you want to come in here and lie?
5 plus 55 pounds is every bit of 225, 230. See how that works? See?
Oh, okay.
See? This is why I'm really an image
okay.
consultant in real life. And
Got it.
On something. Why are we spending time on this? Not to humiliate you. Not to embarrass you.
No.
Just this is the starting point for me. If you at 42 as a woman, if you can't be honest and say, I'm 230 pounds in a dress size 16, 18. You come in talking about you at 8'10", that'll be like a man coming in saying I'm 5'7" with a 12-inch long. He makes $200,000 a year. He on Subway sandwiches. Would that be okay if he did that?
No.
Right. So, and this is part of the disconnect. You ladies aren't honest with yourselves. So I'm going to ask the questions. At 42, you'd like to be married one day. How did you get to 42 years old and not have kids and not get married, and then all of a sudden you want them now?
I became a Christian, and I became very close to like doing things in the church and kind of like serving.
What does
and
that have to do with anything? What are you talking about? What does that have to do with anything? At her age of supposedly 42, which she looks every bit of 46, 47, 48, possibly even 50, but definitely in her mid 40s. What does that have to do with anything?
I'm a special ed teacher, so I kind of got caught up in the service of my teaching career, and then I think I really was just like hiding from a lot of pain and a lot of issues that, I had in the past that I really never confronted. And my family, we grew up Catholic. Yeah, I am. I just finished my session with my therapist right now. So I'm seeing him 5 years, about 5 years.
Okay. So if you don't get married, what does life look like?
So, there are a lot of, what does life look like for me if I don't get married? I'm just kind of trying to just get back to being healthy and balancing my life in a way where I'm not full on into church, where it's just kind of like I got religious in a way. No?
Man, I'm really trying. Okay.
Okay.
I was raised a Christian. Church has nothing to do with the reason you're single.
Okay.
And if I can be honest, ma'am, you don't sound like you're ready for a relationship. I mean, at 42, I'm really struggling to get a direct, truthful answer out of you.
Yeah.
It's really what I'm struggling for, to
Yeah.
get a direct, truthful answer. See, at 42, oftentimes when I talk about I date younger women in our generation be like, why you want to date a younger woman? You just want these little girls. No, it's because women our age, in our age cohort, how you should be beating younger women is with wisdom and self-awareness. But if I line what you're talking like now against like the 20-something, the early 20-year-olds, y'all sound the same. Except that.
Except what? I'm sorry?
20, and they're still 20 and 20-year-old body, 20-year-old, they got the benefit of youth. So.
Got it.
At what point do you think you're going to get serious about the things you say you want regarding a man? Because you're 42. You don't have one more day to wait.
So Kevin, you talked about training and stuff. And so one thing I am focusing on is actually, I was that career type of woman because I kind of did real estate before. I would kind of flip homes, and I was just dabbling with some entrepreneur stuff where I had like vending machines, like a route and stuff. So I was kind of busy making money as well, right? I live in Los Angeles.
Do you have a roommate?
No, I actually, this is so embarrassing, but
She got a dog.
my mom gave me
Or a cat.
her house, and she's getting older, and so I know it was like a thing where she wanted. Yeah, I know, Kevin.
You said I was a business person and this and that. I'm trying to hear where the outcomes are. Where's the money?
Yeah.
Are you sitting on millions of dollars?
No, I spent it all traveling. I went.
Your own home?
Well,
No.
just
You have a Mercedes,
yeah.
BMW, Acura, or what?
No, I don't. A Toyota.
I mean, this has been one of the most disingenuous interactions I've ever seen. This lady is a pathological liar. She's lied at least 6 times since this has ensued. She's lied about her weight. She's lied about her dress size. She's obviously lied about her age. That face, I don't know. I'm going to say she lied about her age. She's lied about her career path. She's lied about the money she's made. She's lied about the reason she's not in a relationship. I mean, my gosh, man, the lies are just flowing here. This woman is she's in denial like the river in Egypt, dog.
Camry.
Mid-price car. So, ma'am, that rear and all of that stuff, see, no, there was no career.
She's deluded.
Yeah.
So at 42, sounds to me like so many women, you're just going through life. No, I'm just thinking it's going to happen. So you talk about training. When was the last relationship you had?
Well, again. I mean, it wasn't serious. It was like
you had when?
Probably. Okay, so I was seeing this guy for about 5 years. What, Kevin? Tell me.
When?
She can't answer a question.
It was about like the last time I saw him was about like 6 months ago.
How long were you guys together?
They weren't
off
together.
and on for about 5 years.
All right, so what she just said was she had a dude who had low standards and was willing to blow this out over the past 5 years, and she ain't seen the dude in 6 months. That's basically what she said.
How much work with him, man?
Say it again, I'm sorry?
Not much to work with you.
Mm.
And I'll say is, what do you think you have to offer a man?
And that's a great question from Kevin, and we're going to get right into that. But here's the deal. She was not in a relationship because she is undesirable. That's why she was not in a relationship. Men do not find her desirable, and no men were approaching her for marriage or for the purpose of a relationship. These men were approaching her. She probably was being used for money or used for, the bedroom. And that's what it is. It had nothing to do with a career. It had nothing to do with her making money or getting caught up in the church or being a teacher or flipping houses or being in real estate or whatever excuse she's told herself. She's not desirable, and men did not find her attractive, and therefore she was either being used, and she was being used at some point by dudes probably, and she allowed herself to be that, and nobody was looking for a relationship out of it. That's the harsh truth. answer.
I'm actually willing to, like what you're saying, like be trained, because this last guy, there was a lot of stuff that like he wanted for his household.
What are you, okay, ma'am?
Yeah.
We're talking about starting a whole relationship with a whole new person.
Okay.
They got to
All right.
decide.
What do you?
All right, real quick. Women like this often try to go for dudes that they're unqualified for. Now, if she was open to being with somebody who would, because she knows exactly what's wrong with her, and she knows the biggest thing that is keeping her from having a man is her weight, and now her age, but definitely her weight, right? Weight is a struggle. It's not something that's easy to deal with. So she knows this is what's keeping me from the outcome I desire, and it's always kept her from the outcome she desired for at least, probably my estimation, if she wasn't thin and trim in her 20s, then I would say at least the last 20 years, this has kept her from achieving the outcome she desires. But also, she likely has a bad habit of desiring men that she's not physically qualified to obtain. And this is what puts these women in perpetual heartbreak, because rather than pair with somebody who is in your league, who's a 2, 3, 4, just like you want the guy who is outside your realm of acceptance. He will not accept you. And this is why she's not married. And this is the truth that she's not telling.
What do you have to offer?
What do you have to offer, he asks, and she can't answer.
I'm like,
Nothing. That's why she's
it's hard to
shaking her head.
answer that, to
Right.
be honest.
Well, you can't.
Yeah.
Okay. See, as a man, I know that I can't go out to a woman and say, I have no job, no transportation, no residence. I know I have to have something. Even primates and mammals, males of the species know they got to offer something to the females to mate. Why I'm doing this is because I'm like, y'all, women today have been told you just have to exist, to the point to where I'm talking to you, you're 42, and you can't tell me the basic stuff that you should kind of have been understanding since junior high, high school.
Well, I know I want to be like a stay-at-home wife. I want to be able to have a home. I want.
What? A stay-at-home wife? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Stay at home for what? You're 42 at the time of this video. You can't bear children. Likely, you maybe she can. I won't want to say that. I'm not saying she's barren, but she likely will not have children. So what would a man be getting in return for going out here and busting his butt to make sure you sit home and do nothing? What would he be getting in return? What's in it for him? He's not coming home to even a 6. So what's in it for him? It doesn't make sense that a man would, that's a raw deal.
That's out?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. Absolutely.
Why would you be a stay-at-home wife and no kids? How would you
guy had.
How would you get to retire after marriage?
Okay.
Give me the logic behind that.
She looking for a dude to
retire.
Take
You said. Oh, okay. Okay, got it.
Married,
so she
don't
got to work.
Stay-at-home wife. That means you would not work anymore. You'd be retiring from the work world. Okay.
Well, okay.
Is that true or false? You'd be retired. You would not be going to do your 40. Okay. That's quitting the work world. That's retirement. And what would you be doing at home?
Well, that's what I wanted to say. You know, I actually meet men who have children.
What would you be doing at home?
I want to have a nice, lovely, organized home for my man to come home to have home-cooked meals. I want to be sane.
Waiting after the house is organized and he's out making the money. Who would mess it up?
who would mess it up, I would
She's clueless, man.
think the kids, right? Is that what you're referring to?
What kids?
Okay.
I go out of the door to leave you at home.
Got it.
The house
Got
is
you.
clean and organized.
Yeah. Yeah, I
What do
see.
you need to do?
Right. What are you
Got
doing
you.
all day?
I understand.
So she wants a guy to take care of her so she can sit around and be lazy. That's what that is. She's lazy. And she's tired of whatever she says she's doing. And she doesn't want to do it anymore. So she's trying to pin herself on some guy so that he can take up the burden of taking care of her for the rest of her life. That's what she's looking for. But she's not bringing anything to the table. And listen, I'm not a person who believes in my wife working at all. That's not how my household is set up. But a woman like this who's in her mid 40s, she ain't no 42. She's 45, 46 at least. She's in her mid 40s, mid to late 40s, and she wants to be a stay-at-home wife. I don't understand what that means. Once the house is clean, what are you doing all day? What is in it for the guy? What's he coming home to?
I understand what you're saying. No, I wouldn't need to do anything because there's no one at home. Just myself. Yeah. Got you.
You want to be a housewife. Obviously, you weren't raised to be a housewife.
No, I wasn't, Kevin. I was not.
Wow. So she, on top of it, just admits she wasn't even raised to be a housewife, which is apparent and obvious due to her outcomes. But not every woman who doesn't obtain an outcome wasn't taught. You know, some women were taught and they just didn't get the outcome. They made alternate decisions or whatever that led them to their loneliness. But what the sense of entitlement, the unrealistic expectations, I call it the state of psychosis. You offer nothing to any man. You're not giving them beauty. You're not giving them fitness. I don't know if she's cooperative and submissive. I don't know, but you're not giving them beauty. You're not giving them fitness. You're not giving them children. And you just want some guy to come pick up your slack from your life, from the poor decisions that you made that have you in the position that you're in. And you want to become his burden so you could lay around all day and do nothing. That's pretty despicable when you really break it down at the core. That level of entitlement is scary.
I'm Mexican. I was born in Mexico. Believe it or not.
Mexican women get married and start having their children in their 40s.
Yeah, they don't do that. They
Not a lot.
early.
Not at all. At all.
And
No.
they be taught.
Ma'am, are you talking about reality? You said you want to be a housewife. And why would a man go get a 42-year-old woman to start making kids with? And then she doesn't have to work. How many Mexican women are housewives and don't work?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what percentage? Of the Mexican,
I don't know percentage.
Out of 100% of married Mexican women, what percentage of married Mexican women are stay-at-home housewives?
I mean, I wouldn't know what to tell you because I don't look at the percentage, but as far as my
you need to be able to tell me something.
Well, I mean, numbers I can't.
In order to be a stay-at-home housewife, a man needs to be able to pay for you, right?
Yeah.
So you couldn't be a stay-at-home housewife if a man couldn't afford for you to stay at home. So he has to be a higher earning man. So you're talking about less than 10% of women. See, what I'm trying to get everybody to understand is this is the gap between, this woman is 42, I'm 52. We're roughly in the same age range. But the gap between you and me is the Grand Canyon. When people are listening, it just sounds like you're talking. I want kids and I want to be a stay-at-home wife. And it's like, well, ma'am, you'd be lucky just to have a man at this point. Lucky.
Period. Period, man. Period.
Yeah.
Or do you not see it that way?
I do. I understand it. I understand it a lot.
Then why not just focus? Okay. All right, cool. So I have a question.
You see, listen, to me,
When women get to your
I've seen Kevin be way more direct, not disrespectful in any way, but just more direct in delivering reality to these women, and he's taking it really easy and really light on this woman. And I don't know what I think about it, because I've seen him really go in and just give the raw truth. Now, he could be building up to it. Maybe he'll get frustrated with the lies and the inability to answer any questions and the lack of information that she has pertaining to where she wants to go in life. Maybe he'll just get aggravated with it and shoot it straight. But man, he's having a heck of a lot of patience here. He's better than me. I wouldn't have had this level of patience. This interaction would have been over a long time ago.
I almost feel like you guys are asking for everything just because it's the last call. You ever go to a bar and the bar's about to shut down and they say last call, and what happens? Everybody runs to the bar because it's the last drink you can, and they order a double Long Island iced tea with 3 tequila shots on top. It's because it's about to close. I think a lot of older women are at that point. It's the last call, and y'all are just saying you want all this stuff, and you're not thinking about how much money is in your pocket and the hangover.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Would you be willing to work just as hard as you're working now, or harder, if you got married and had a husband?
I mean, yeah, I like the way you put it as
lying again. Yeah, I mean, lying again. You know good and well you don't want to work, and you know good and well you want to be responsible for 0% of the financial family load for a lifetime. And it hurts to know the truth that's not in the air for you, ma'am.
As far as helping me to think that there would be nobody at home. Yeah. It's just the last guy I dated had 2 kids, full custody of them.
Look how she glazed right over that. Look how she glazed right over that. Glazed over it totally.
Helping me to think that there would be nobody at home. Yeah.
I want to go back to when he asked the question.
To work.
Let's see.
It's because it's about to close. I think a lot of older women are at that point. It's the last call, and y'all are just saying you want all this stuff, and you're not thinking about how much money is in your pocket and the hangover.
Yeah. Okay.
Would you be willing to work just as hard as you're working now, or harder, if you got married and had a husband?
I mean, yeah, I like the way you put it as far as...
Didn't answer the question at all. Glazed right over that question. The reality of it was too hard. And not only that, she just exposed her real intention. She's looking for someone who will pay for her to sit down on her behind and do nothing. That's the truth of it.
Helping me to think that there would be nobody at home. Yeah. It's just the last guy I dated had 2 kids, full custody of them.
He didn't marry you,
so yeah, you're right. You're right. Why didn't he marry me? I don't know. He just didn't say. I mean, we didn't move forward with that. He didn't say that. He didn't say anything. Say it again.
Who ended the relationship? It's not mutual.
He did.
No, it's not mutual. I think pretty much he did. Yeah, he did.
Right. That part.
He didn't say why. He just stopped calling. Right.
What about the relationship before that?
When you gonna get the hint? When is she gonna get the hint? These men don't want you. They just don't. You're not what they're looking for. And what type of men are you going for? I would be interested to see these men that she says she's been in relationships with. It's highly likely that none of them were relationships. You were being utilized for a particular thing because you jumping out the window in an arena. You're trying to punch above your weight class, and you're in an arena in which you don't belong. The arrogance here is crazy, brother. It's more is deeper than what's being said on the surface. There's a huge underlying problem. And when you look at it, this woman is actually, her demeanor, her behavior, her mentality, it's quite offensive to men that some guy, someone presumably handsome, someone she wants to be attracted to, is going to jump out the window and take care of this woman so that she doesn't have to do anything for the rest of her life.
Oh, we would.
Okay. What about the relationship?
Go ahead.
What about the relationship you had before that one?
So he was 5 years older, and he had.
How long ago was it?
That was 3 years. Okay, so it was 5 years ago. So like 8 years ago.
How long
8 years
did that
ago.
last?
4
You
years.
had a 4 year,
Off and on.
4-year relationship and an off and on 5-year relationship. Okay, so that's almost 10 years.
And mind you, that relationship actually, if what I'm hearing is correct, that would put that relationship happening 8 years ago. She said she was dealing with a dude for the past 5 years. So what does that mean? That previous relationship would have overlapped with this guy who she said she didn't speak to up in the last time she talked to him was 6 months ago. So if you do the math on that, that means she out here being a little freak on top of it, trying to deal with 2 dudes at the same time. If my math serves me correct, and if I'm listening to what she said, which is even more crazier and shows you the arrogance and delusion and the madness that a woman like this would be out here trying to juggle 2 dudes for a year.
Yeah, okay. Have you had another relationship before that one?
Just one more, yeah.
So why are none of these men marrying you?
Well, I can say that the first one wanted to, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to. Well, because I it's the whole thing that you've talked.
I'd like to know how long ago that was, first and foremost, how many years ago that was, and how dare you? Because again, presumably she's looked like this her entire life, and for her to treat men like that, any man is crazy. She has a hugely inflated view of herself. It's out of control. It's really out of control. And men are not allowed to be like this. If there was a man who her body type represented, that man would know about it. Women would avoid him like the plague. They put up the freaking cross sign every time they saw him. If he went up and tried to speak to them, they'd be shunning him, cussing him out. Ill, you croup, you're disgusting. Get away from me, you fat slob, you pig. They would dog this man out his entire life. But somehow, as Kevin said, just for these women existing, they believe they deserve it all.
Talk about a lot where he was like not educated in a sense, and not open to No, he didn't go to college. He barely graduated. Oh yeah, I did. I went to college.
You get a bachelor's or you got an associate's, bachelor's?
I just got a bachelor's. I got a bachelor's in Spanish, and then I got my credential in special ed.
The nerve of this fool. You have a useless degree that you're not even working in the field of. You're not making any money from it. And you had the nerve to look down on some man because he wasn't book educated. The only one in your life who you say was willing to marry you. You say that. I don't believe it. But let's give her the benefit of the doubt. This one guy, you blew your only chance because you thought you was something. And now look at you now. Up here lying about your weight, lying about your dress size, presumably lying about your age, lying about your career and all your relationships. Getting exactly what you deserve, if you ask me.
What do you mean he wasn't educated? Did he graduate high school?
He barely graduated high school, yeah.
Barely.
And then
Barely? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, he did, sir. He did.
So what I'm hearing is you were better than him.
Right. There you go.
No, because
when a woman says a man's not educated, that's not a compliment. That means your education is higher than his.
One thing about Kevin, he's going to get to the bottom of it, man. Eventually, he's going to get to the bottom of it. Let's continue.
So,
well,
listen.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes.
because you're going to be single for the rest of your life. So you need to understand why.
Come on.
Yes. Okay.
The man that you likely would have fit with was the guy who barely graduated from high school, but he graduated, as opposed to the woman who, are you a native Spanish speaker?
Yes.
And you went to college for Spanish?
Yes. I was going to be. I didn't.
No.
Finish her.
No, absolutely not. You went to college for a useless degree. So who was smarter? The guy, but he wasn't as educated. Well, but the thing that tends to happen is when women get those degrees, you feel like it makes you more valuable.
Yep.
Even though the degree,
It's true.
so you thought you were better than me. And here's the thing.
It's
that
true.
was likely your best fit.
Yeah.
And I want to know from you and all the other women, why do you guys think you just get unlimited chances?
Right.
Do you make room for the possibility that you don't have any more chances? That men don't see you as, because you're not young. You are 42 years old.
Okay. Cat.
Where did I say you would be at? 27, it's time to sell. 30, you're 50% off. 35, you're on clearance. 40, you're in the outlet center. 50, Salvation Army. You're at the outlet stage of life.
You couldn't pay a man to take this.
It was a joke, but it's serious. And this is what I mean. At 42, it's like, well, I didn't do this, I didn't do that.
I'm sorry, man. Imagine the arrogance. Imagine, man. All right, let's continue, man. Let's continue.
And you were with a man in your youth who wanted to marry you, and you didn't marry him. Well, that's you're a woman of faith. Does God tell? There's nothing in our faith tradition that says you get unlimited rides. So now,
I wasn't saved back then, though.
that's fine. But now we have to start looking at quality of life.
Yes, sir.
What is the rest of your life going to look like as a single woman?
I love the way he framed that question. What a brilliant way to frame that question, as to say, you're gonna be alone whether you like it or not. So you better start thinking about the hard question of what is your life gonna be like as a single woman? Telling her without telling her, your time is done. Don't nobody want you. You're cooked.
Yes, that's been something that I'm kind of just thinking, working on type of thing. And I do, sir. I'm sorry?
Sisters or brothers?
I have one sister and one sister and one brother older.
Is your sister married?
Yes.
Your brother married?
Yes.
You're fucked.
Right.
Get those badges up, people.
Right. And she planning to be some burden on somebody else. You already a burden on your mama. Well, I don't know if her mother passed and left her a house or if she said her mother gave her a house. You already a burden on your mama. You living at home with your mama. You're 42 years old, supposedly. I say you 46. You supposedly 42. You 250 pounds. I say 50, not 30. Right? You all set. You cook, man. Your brother and sister are married. They got their own family, so they ain't going to let you be a burden on them. You better prepare to cuddle up with a dog or a cat. Get real comfortable. Get you a blanket. Get you a hot cup of tea or some coffee. Get you some Bustelo or something and get comfortable, because this is what it's going to look like, man. The only thing that'll save this lady is she needs to pair with a personal trainer. She needs to get with someone to teach her how to be a wife and to pair with a personal trainer. And I'm not bagging on her weight, but this is just the reality. You're an older woman. Your youth plays a factor. You don't have it anymore. If you want to be out there and be marketable, lady, you got to drop that weight off.
Hit the badges. Y'all want me to turn the comments on? Hit the badges. Ma'am, I'm not trying to be funny, but the numbers are really stacked against you. Let's say what we have.
And listen, real quick, let me interject. Y'all make sure y'all are going to Kevin Samuel's original channel and subscribing and still supporting his content.
So far. Just
May I ask why you said about my brother and my
They're
sister,
married,
and then you said,
so it's not like you go live with your brother, go
yeah,
live with your sister. They got families, they got lives.
yes,
So
they
you
do,
got to
they
live by
do.
yourself. So
Right.
let's just take stock of where we are right now. 42,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
how tall?
5'9".
5'9", 230
Mm-hmm.
pounds.
Okay. Yeah.
And this
Okay.
woman ain't
Yeah.
only big, she big and tall. She's larger than a man. She's larger than a man. 5'9". Kevin calculates 230. I say 250.
Yeah.
When I
Okay.
said 5'9", you didn't say anything because you accept that to be a fact. You are 5'9".
Yes.
Man, you are
Yes.
every bit of 220, 230 pounds. I can see your
Okay.
face and your hands, and I do this for real. Stop bringing attention
Okay.
to something that you need to accept the fact that that's the weight.
Okay.
You walk
All
around in
right.
a puff jacket.
I just took a walk outside, but yeah.
Stop.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Stop lying.
Sorry.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Stop that
All
line.
right. All right. Okay.
42, and you ain't doing nothing about it. So that's even more. 42, 230 pounds.
This is hard to watch, man. This is disturbing, man. And I don't have any sympathy for this woman. I don't feel bad for her at all because the fact that in her past, she looked down on an average man when she is a below average woman. Below average. She's not average at best. She's below average. Apparently, clearly below average. And she looked down on a man. She blew her only chance because she thought she was better, thought she was big and bad at that time. And I'll reserve any jokes that could have stemmed from that for myself. I will not be rude. She thought she was big and bad. She disrespected men in her past by thinking she was better than them. And this is her outcome. You got to live with this. You got to eat this and you got to accept this, man. You got to accept it.
Your job currently is what?
Special ed teacher.
So you're a teacher. So you're
Yes.
earning middle class income.
So now and on top of that, she spends her time around people who are special education, special needs. Where is she cleansing herself mentally, emotionally? Where is she cleansing herself spiritually? Nothing wrong with being a special ed teacher. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you spend your time around a certain group of people, you will eventually become like those people. If you don't have an alternative means of keeping yourself in line and intact. If you hang out with 11 crackheads, you're going to be the 12th. If you hang out with 11 prostitutes, you'll be the 12th. If you hang out with 5 obese people, you're going to be number 6. If you hang out with 5 fit dudes, you're likely to be number 6. If you hang out with 7 millionaires, you'll probably be number 8.
Yes.
All right.
So I just have to kind of, what do you recommend? Just worry about me?
Accept your truth.
Survive?
Truthfully, I don't know if you're going to like what I'm saying.
Okay.
You don't make enough money to, who's going to pay for your retirement after you're 65 and you can't work anymore? Who's going to pay for that? You'll get if Social Security is around, you'll get a fixed income, less than $1,000 a month. Do you have a pension?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And you live in LA?
I'm investing right now. Yes.
You're investing. Okay. Ma'am, you can only invest what you earn.
Bruh, a single woman in LA, do you know how expensive Los Angeles is? And it's only gotten exponentially worse since this video was shot. A single woman in Los Angeles on a special education teacher's income. Unless she's got a secret stash somewhere that nobody knows about, man, this lady is hit. She's going to become she'll be another person who's a burden of the government and a burden of the taxpayer.
Well, yeah, okay.
So you can't just, it's like say I'm investing. That's like you only can invest what you earn. You don't make enough money to get a massive return. So
yes,
at 65, when you are no longer capable of working and earning a living, who's going to pay for you?
Mm.
When your money runs out, when the pension runs out, and if the less than $1,000 you're getting from Social Security ain't enough, you don't own a home, the camera will be dead. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? See, more you.
Well, I'm screwed. Like you said, I'm screwed, right? Like you said, I'm screwed, right?
Right. So now she wants to play the victim role. Well, like you said, I'm screwed, right? No, you don't get to become the victim after you made all these poor life choices. You disrespected and dissed the man who was willing to marry you. You didn't take care of yourself physically. You are a pathological liar. You apparently, I'm saying this as an assumption, you lended your womb out to these different men so they could play with it and do whatever they want to do with it. No, you don't get to be the victim. You made your choices.
What's going to happen? If you can't pay your rent, what happens?
Well, I mean, I'm trying right now because I have thought of that, Kevin. I really have.
What happens?
If I can't rent, you said, what happens?
Pay your mortgage, what happens?
I don't really have a big mortgage. I'm trying to pay it off right now.
If you can't pay your mortgage and you can't pay your utilities, you don't have enough food money. You don't have enough money for medications and gas. Something happens in the house, you don't make enough money. What happens?
I'm screwed, basically.
See, I want you guys to understand that women really, truly do not want to say what, just like they think about their weight, they won't go all the way down to the end. Where in the world can a single elderly woman survive on her own?
And she won't. She'll become our problem. We'll have to pay for her.
An elderly woman. I mean, my experience has been that I've seen elderly women, especially in our community, like no matter what, like people care for them, but that's not the goal. That's not my end goal.
Right. That's what she depended on. Disgusting
family
mindset.
members or even like friends. Okay, like I've seen
in your neighborhood, they're just as broke as you. They're just as middle class as you. So how?
Yeah.
See, this is what the position you ladies are in. You don't have a husband, and you're going to run out of money. And you and you think the government or somehow the neighborhood or family, well, your family, so you're going to be a burden to somebody else, is what it is.
Well, right now I am kind of making moves with some certain things. I'm turning the house into a rental unit. I'm gonna do an ADU, and then I'm trying to buy another house right now to do. I'm trying to buy units right now to.
You know, this lady strikes me as the type of individual who is big on using others. What do I mean? Again, I don't remember in the conversation if she said her mother passed away. If she didn't, God forbid, I'm not trying to put that on anybody. But if her mother gave her a house, I get it. You know, she wants to turn it into an income producing property. But where are you going to live? You're turning it into a rental. It just gives user like, I'm going to utilize, I'm sucking up resources. I'm like this blob that just expands and consumes everything in its radius. I'm consuming this home. I'm planning. I want to know how I can consume some man's life and make him take care of me. Or if nothing, I'm Mexican, so I can depend on my community to take care of me for the rest of my life. Something is wrong here, bro. Something is off.
Get rent. And then also my dad left me some land in Mexico on the beach. So my sister and I are working together to, Well, we're trying to build something where we want to do like an Airbnb because it's right next to Puerto Vallarta. So my sister and I are working.
You're taking you're taking money and let's just go with that. You build it and you take the land that's on the beach and you build it into an Airbnb. You buy another house. It's still contingent upon somebody paying rent.
Okay.
What if nobody rents them?
Okay.
What happens?
See, this is the misleading psychosis of that fake business space, this entrepreneurial, everyone can become a millionaire. I'm going to be a real estate mogul, build a real estate empire mentality that a lot of women have and people have in general. The truth is most people are not successful in business, and most people don't make money from business. Most people are not able to sustain from their business. 90%, I believe it's 90% of businesses make less than $1 million a year. And a large majority of businesses fail within the first 3 to 5 years. They're not solvent. So these delusions of grandeur that these people have, especially these women, it's staggering, bro. It's staggering. They have no statistics, data, information, numbers to back up what it is that they just dreamt up. And then they go pursue it. You could lose all your money in real estate. People don't understand that real estate is still an investment. It's still a risk. You could lose everything, especially if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, of course there's that risk, right?
What happens? You take all your money and you invest it into a property and you hope that somebody rents it.
Well, we do have experience. Like my mom had a hotel out there, my aunt had it, and so.
Okay. Well, if the family has experience with real estate, then that's one thing. Maybe she does have some people who could guide her. I don't know, but the likelihood of people becoming successful in real estate is slim to none, man. Most people who get into house flipping, that's likely why she doesn't have any money now and quit the house flipping. She probably paired with a family member or paired with someone and went into some investments. They probably didn't work out, or she scored a little money, blew it all. Now she has no way to re-enter into that investment space. It's a lot going on. She just sounds like someone who's been flying by the seat of her pants her whole life. And now she wants to be a burden to everybody else.
Well, I don't have any sympathy. I don't.
Me
Middle
neither.
class, special ed teacher, think you're going to be a real estate mogul in your retirement.
Bro, you can't make this up. What I just
Just
said.
admit, I'm clutching at straws. Everything I'm doing, I hope it works, and it has to work. Because I don't have a husband, I don't have the relationship skills to keep a relationship together, but this makes me doing this, and it's all got to work. Versus doing the one thing that has worked for thousands of years. That's why I'm having this conversation. So I want you guys to understand how women are doing things these days. The simple path is, I need to get a husband. I need to get somebody in here that I can split the bills with so we can grow old together, so he can watch my back and I watch his back. So we can combine incomes together. But no, I'm talking to a woman who's a special ed teacher, and you talk about you don't even own your own house. Your mama did something with that. You got some money from your daddy. That ain't yours. You taking that and invested into something, some property in here, and you playing Monopoly and Donald Trump, and it all got to work.
Hasn't achieved anything in her life. Achieved nothing on her own. It's always been off the back of somebody else.
And that makes more sense than saying, I need to keep that capital.
Okay.
Because that's not a guarantee.
Now keep in mind, let's remind each other that earlier in the video, she said her ultimate goal was to basically sit around on her behind and do nothing, and some man to take care of her. But when Kevin brings up all these questions. Mysteriously now she has all these things going for her. Well, I'm doing real estate in Mexico and I'm turning this into an ADU or a rental unit or whatever the case may be. She stated she wants to be a housewife. She want to sit around basically and do nothing because she ain't producing no kids. She ain't giving nobody no children. She ain't once mentioned about cleaning the house. She talking about coming home to an organized home and a home cooked meal. She ain't said nothing about cleaning. This woman is delusional, man. And I'm glad that Kevin was there to paint this picture of reality. So hopefully she left with something.
Okay.
Or is it?
No, what? No, I mean, there's
Talking
all.
about building a home for an Airbnb. What if Airbnb ain't around in 15 years?
Mhm.
They're already. It's a great point. They were already at this time this was shot trying to move against Airbnb because you're clogging up all the residences, not all, but many residences in neighborhoods that could be for families. And people are buying them up and trying to turn them into Airbnbs.
Really honestly thinking about the 65-year-old you.
Well, that's how my mom and my aunt retired.
Your mom was married to who?
My dad left when I was 13. Okay. So my mom started building a hotel in her 40s.
Okay.
And my aunt did too. And then also I had my own home. And
listen, lady, you ain't your mama. Your mama's from a different generation. You every bit of 45, 46 years old. By my estimation, you ain't 42. And your mama was from a different generation. Those women were tough. Those women were down to get their hands dirty. You're not your mother.
Where?
I had a hotel in it's called Guayabitos. It's like 45. Yes, in Mexico.
Your mother lived in the States.
She lived in the States till she was until my dad died. Say it again.
Was in Mexico.
She built it in Mexico in her 40s.
Right. The hotel was in Mexico, a different economy.
Yes.
At a different time.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. She don't get it, bro.
She
don't get it.
Exactly what I said.
No. No, Kevin, I really appreciate it. I do. I know.
I'm frustrated because so many women have been so lied to that this makes sense.
Yes, you're right.
Like, well, my mom did it.
Yeah.
In Mexico. Mm-hmm. You're in LA and you're a special ed teacher.
Yeah. Yes.
You haven't built anything.
But
you assume that everything you're going to do is just going to work. Because your mom did it and then your aunt did it. Was your aunt married?
My aunt wasn't married either. She got divorced. Yeah. This is why. No, it's true, Kevin. Yes, they are. And
the issue is, this is what happens.
No wonder she went. I'll bring it back a few seconds here as well. But no wonder she wasn't brought up to be a housewife. She come from a line of divorced women. These dudes been leaving these women. We don't even want to go down that rabbit hole of why these dudes is leaving these women, why they were leaving them. Let's leave that alone and just assume, you know what I mean, whatever. But this lady was cooked, man. From day one, she was fried, dog.
My aunt wasn't married either. She got divorced. Yeah. This is why.
Gosh.
No, it's true, Kevin.
Y'all cooked.
Yes, they
cooked.
are. And
the issue is, this is what happens when average, and I want you guys to think I'm being difficult. Remember that when she was younger, she thought she was better than a man who wanted to marry her.
That's right.
That's what you guys forget.
That's right.
Every 40-some-odd-year-old woman that I talk to tends to have had left a man in their youth who wanted to be with them, and they turned him down. You thought you,
Kevin, can I ask?
Nope.
Okay.
Now she want to call it some story. I'm glad he shut it down because it's getting ridiculous. It's redundant at this point. I'm glad he shut it up.
I don't want to keep doing it.
All right.
That's enough. See?
She gone.
And
thank you.
I was looking at my comment section the other day, and he was talking about this whole Valentine's Day. And the guy said he and his wife went out on Valentine's Day, and they went out and they were having a good time, and all the couples were having a good time. And he said he looked over the table full of women who were out on Valentine's Day. And the women were like, yeah, we don't need no man, and blah, blah, blah. Just loud, and such and so forth, in a restaurant. We're all couples, right? Then, and as the story goes, a man proposes to his girlfriend in the restaurant. And all the people in the restaurant are, oh, how beautiful or whatever.
And what did the
And
hyenas
then
do?
one of the women who were at the Galentine's celebration all of a sudden started talking about, how come I can't get a man like that and this and that, and starts crying and everything else. And then the way he tells the story is all the attention went from the newly engaged couple to consoling the woman who was crying, who was just on some I don't need no man shit. That's the problem. We console women. We console women in their errors. Just like people in the chat room. Oh, you're beautiful, honey. You're this, you're that. That shit ain't helping these women.
Wait a minute. People were telling her she was beautiful? Oh, see.
At 42, I'm talking to the women who are 20, so you can understand you have choices. At 42, this woman's talking about she wants to be a housewife and have kids. Telling her she's beautiful? How are you helping by keeping this delusion going on? And it doesn't have anything to do with not being a beautiful person. It has everything to do with she still has the mindset of I'm independent, me. Everything that her future plans is me. I got to do it all on my own. Okay. You can't build vertical. This is what I'm telling you, ladies. Stop.
Man, listen, I'm going to stop it right there. 100%. Everything Kevin said is facts. He didn't tell one lie, dog. And if people, how irresponsible if people were in his comment section calling that woman beautiful, and it had to be other women, a bunch of fool women in there telling her those lies, because no, she was not beautiful. Number one, she was below average. She was 200, every bit of 230, I say 250 pounds. She's in her, she says early 40s, I say late 40s. She told you that she had a man that wanted her in her youth, and she turned him down because she thought she was better than him. She told you that she's looking for some dude to basically take care of her for the rest of her life so she can sit around his house and do nothing. And at the same time, she's claiming to be independent and having all this wonderful business and fantastic stuff going on in the background. None of it makes any sense. How irresponsible for someone to be cheering this woman on and trying to give her some false sense of hope. She needed to hear the reality that Kevin set forth. She needed to hear the reality. So maybe she could come up with some sort of game plan. But these people love to lie to one another. These women love to lie to one another. Just like the example he gave. All the attention went from this beautiful couple who are trying to celebrate their engagement to consoling this single hyena at a table full of hyenas who were all just celebrating and saying how they don't need no man. And then they start crying when they saw the reality of other women getting the outcomes that they actually deeply desire. This is sick, man. Shout out to Kevin for just putting it out there and telling the truth. And this is why people hated him and wanted him dead, simply because he told the truth. He refused to lie. Shout out to today's sponsor, Coffee Mobile, my company, KOFFEEMOBILE.com. Coffee with a K, Coffee Mobile, where we buy used, new, broken, and locked electronics, phones, tablets, MacBooks, laptops. Check it out. You have anything to sell? You work at a business, you own a corporation, you own a business. You guys have devices left over. Unlock the value that's locked up in those devices right now by selling them to us. If you're an individual, got some phones laying around, got some tablets, laptops, hit up the website, get a free quote. But back to what I was saying, man, this is absolutely ridiculous, man. I know we're about over an hour here, but man, this needs to be said. This is a clinic. This man put on a clinic. This man should be studied. because of his ability to see through the foolishness and get down to the root. Shout out to the legend OG, man. Rest in peace to him. So sad this man is gone. And this is the person that these hyenas celebrated. Dying. They celebrated this man's death simply because he told women the truth. Sad. Y'all make sure y'all go to his channel and subscribe at by Kevin Samuels, BY at by Kevin Samuels. Y'all continue to subscribe. That content is still flowing, it's still popping. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, if you like anything that's going on here, like, comment, subscribe, comment, like, destroy that like button so we can get up into the algorithm. This was another episode of Mark in the Manosphere. I don't know what episode this is, by the way, number wise, but it was another episode of Mark in the Manosphere nonetheless. I thank everybody for joining me. And, you know, God bless you. Peace be unto you. More reactions to come. You take care. Don't be like that woman, by the way. If you a lady watching this, don't be like her.